Hey there, good evening everybody. It's Ann Sieg coming at you. Let me adjust this just a pinch there. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, our topic this evening. Hope you're all having an awesome, beautiful Sunday at the time of this recording. It's a Sunday. Before I go in, make sure you go to Ann Sieg, S-I-E-G, mentor.com to join me in my leadership community. That's annsiegmentor.com. Make sure you do that, all right? Because that is where we as leaders gather together. Hello, Melly. How are you doing in Hawaii? Love seeing your stuff come through my feed and how you're doing. Also, I think the sporting events with your kids and stuff. Love seeing that. So here's the deal. We know a lot of people are challenged with having enough time. I know that because every week, my top mentorship students, they submit a weekly accountability report, and then I do a video review, and I do this kind of all in a row. It's, it varies how many people submit their reports. But I can tell you this past week, nearly everybody said, because we have a segment in their accountability report that says my biggest challenge or challenges I'm facing, something like that. Almost everyone said, I don't have enough time. So if that's you, you feel like, I just need more time, I'm gonna counter that, right? And I'm gonna do that with the book that actually we are going through together as a community. It's this book. It's called The Power of Full Engagement by Jim Loehr and Tony Schwartz. And I saw Tony speak at an event back in 2007, and I was so impressed with him. It was a full 5-day conference, and Tony was by far the most powerful speaker with such incredible presence. Anyways, of course, I had to go buy his book. And so in here, so we're going through this book, by the way, for this, at the time of this video, through the month of August. And so join my leadership community, annsiegmentor.com. It'll take you into my private leadership group. And we're going through this book. So let's just, real frank conversation. And so he compares the old paradigm with the new paradigm. And as I go through this, kind of check the box of where you fit relative to the old paradigm or the new. And I have to apply this to myself too, by the way. I think guilty as charged. I feel like, yeah, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. So what's the person to do, right? Especially a busy entrepreneur that's who I serve, are entrepreneurs. So the old paradigm is that you manage time. You're going by the minutes on the clock. You're managing your time. To avoid stress, I'll sign up for that one, right? This is the old paradigm. Life is a marathon. Whew, it's a marathon. Downtime is wasted time. Oh, look at how much time I lost. That full day just dinking around when I could have been working. Sounds a little bit like the voice in my head. Rewards fuel performance. Rewards fuel performance. Guilty as charged. I do quite well with that. I'm the proverbial Pavlovian doggy. Do the work and I get a little whatever. It's a motivator. Here we go. Self-discipline rules. Guilty as charged. Okay? And the last, the power of positive thinking. I'm just going to think positive. That's what I'm going to do. Those are the old paradigm. How did you rate? How did you rate? I'll recap them real quickly. Manage time. Avoid stress. Life is a marathon. Downtime is wasted time. Rewards fuel performance. Self-discipline rules. And the last one is the power of positive thinking. Now, let's talk about the new paradigm. And if this intrigues you, all the more you should get the book. I went to Amazon. There's hundreds and hundreds of them. No problem there. Use copies. And then you join me in my community, annsiegmentor.com. Here's the new paradigm. You manage energy. I think I'm very cognizant of that. I could be better. But you go ahead and rate yourself. How about this one? Seek stress. Man, bring on the stress. Love it. Oh, I just chew it up and spit it out. Does that describe you? Life is a series of sprints. Sprint, reprieve. Sprint, reprieve. Remember the antithesis of the old paradigm? It's a marathon. Okay, let's keep going. Downtime is productive time. Wow, that really tests the producer kind of mindset. Purpose fuels performance. What was the other one? Reward. I get a carrot at the end of the stick. If I'm a good little girl, a good little boy, I'm going to get my little carrot. The new paradigm is purpose fuels performance. Now, if you're in my book club, we just went through Simon Sinek's book called Leaders Eat Last. And in that training, I dovetailed into it the recent Gallup report. It's about 32% of employees are actually engaged in their work. And the vast majority are not. And what they're finding is the new workforce, primarily driven by millennials, there better be a purpose or I am so out of here. All right? So we must shift, whether you are an employer or you are running your own business. Purpose fuels performance. Now, two more. Rituals rule. The antithesis was self-discipline. Here it's rituals. I personally love rituals. I think for me, it's a comfort in habituation. There's a comfort level. I have my little morning ritual. I have my little workout ritual, you know, and it creates a stabilizing force, if you will, only in that life is so filled with unknowns and everything is changing so rapidly. And so rituals create stability. Think about it. Why do we celebrate birthdays? That's a ritual. Why do we celebrate Mother's Day? That's a ritual. These are cultural things that we have become habituated to that give us a sense of grounding and safety and normalcy, right? Hey there, Miss Jade. I saw your cute pictures of your family. So adorable, my dear. And your picture you posted the other day was just beautiful. Just beautiful. And lastly, now we're at the power of full engagement. Not the power of positive thinking, but the power of full engagement. To be honest, I think a lot of people go through life never experiencing what it means to be fully engaged. They go through life, I hate to say this, it sounds too disparaging, half dead, half awake. And that is a life not lived. To be engaged and to be in a group of people who are highly engaged is one of the most powerful, exhilarating experiences on the planet, where you're just all united together towards a common purpose. Remember, purpose fuels performance in the new paradigm is a very, it's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs of self-actualization. It's group actualization. Instead of the self-actualization, when you can have a collective, a group of people who self-actualize together through a common goal and vision, it's the most amazing experience on the planet. I say that because that's what I have with my team, my corporate team. That's us, the power of full engagement. Full on, it's like you're almost flying. You're just flying. You're not in the, it's like you got wind under your sails and you are soaring. So when you are in a group of that nature, where everyone is in that same quest of the mutual vision and the power of full engagement. And I gotta tell you, see, the reason Gallup, those reports are so stunning is there's great angst and concern within businesses to have a high level of productivity. Well, there's a real problem and only 32% of the workforce is actually actively engaged in their work. You know, they come to work brain dead. They're going through the motions. They're not firing on all cylinders. And what I mean by all cylinders is the emotional cylinders, the motivational drivers, fully firing. I just saw it this weekend with one of my staff members. He was up burning the midnight oil and he gets up at 8 a.m. He's pumped out some more work and soaring, just soaring. Not that I'm encouraging people to work those kind of hours, but I think there was a sense of pride. I'm going to get this done, and it's going to get done early. It's going to get done ahead of time. And just that feeling of exhilaration. So anyways, the power of full engagement. Well, how did you do? Old paradigm, you know, maybe rating yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. And then the new paradigm, each one of those that are read off on a scale of 1 to 10. Or do you have a foot in each paradigm? I have to admit, I think I do. I have a foot in the new paradigm, and I have a foot in the old paradigm. I come from the sports world, which, by the way, these two authors, that's who they first dealt with, were world-class athletes. And what was the defining edge between the gold versus the bronze winner? It's a fascinating read. I liked it because I was a coach for 15 years in sports. Man, I loved coaching. I had to quit because it hurt my body so bad. But otherwise, I'd probably still be coaching. I loved it so much. Okay, so what are we going to do? If you just only caught some of this, watch the replay and then rate yourself on the old paradigm versus the new paradigm. Go ahead and grab the book, and then make sure you join me in my leadership community. You go to AnnSiegMentor.com. That's it. It's a wrap, and I hear the cicada are coming out. Do you hear them? They end up being this deafening roar within about an hour, and it's right when the sun hits a certain time going down, boom, out they come. They're about this big, and they flap their wings, and they make this raucous noise, and we live in the forest. Anyways, so God bless. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Write in hashtag replay, and then if you want to share the results of how you weigh in on the old paradigm versus the new, would love to hear. Thank you. Bye, Melly. Bye, Jade.